Did not mean to do that. Let's go all the way white. And we're going to go bright. We're going to go white. That's yellow white. Come on. There we go. What up? Letting the notification circulate a little bit. Then I'm going to give you guys an update. What's been going on? What's up with my teams? The recent videos over direct to film. What's really been going on? Give it a second. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed, productive weekend and all is going in your favor. Just want to get this out of the way. Shout out to Surge and SUPACOLOR. Y'all see it. If you didn't see it, it's about to be everywhere. And while we're waiting on people, let me get into something. Last night I came in, or should I say yesterday, to the store, parked my truck in the back because the front is reserved, for the customers that's coming into the spot. Might I add, you guys, that I'm on a strip mall, strip plaza, so I don't like to take the parking spots up front. I parked my truck in the back, and I'm pretty sure you guys already seen my Browns logo. Just to remind you guys, hey Mom, how you doing? The Browns logo in Ohio State. I'll get up just to show you guys real quick. So this is the Ohio State logo that's actually pressed onto a shirt. As you can see it. Shout out once again to Creative Surge. And this is what the back looks like. Okay, yeah. So as most of you guys know, I'm getting ready for a pop-up shop with Rocker Stock. So I made a whole bunch of Cleveland Browns shirts to take this venue. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Browns. We won. My mom and dad had an awesome time at the game. But I had a whole bunch of these in my truck, let alone I had some hats with the Cleveland Browns on it. And I had a box about $400 worth of blank hoodies in my truck. A guy that comes in from the past that I know, let's just say from another life before I became Mike T's, the printing guy, the guy known to do prints and travel around the world. I had met him in a different life. It was a shock when we both saw each other, I'm sort of by this wall, so people can't, when they come in the store, they really can't see me because I'm on this side of the wall. But if I'm standing, like, let's say where that chair is or that monitor, everybody in the store can see me. Me not thinking nothing of it. I look up and I see it's him because I can hear his voice. So when I look around and see it's him, I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, now we are from a whole different worlds away from actually being in the printing industry. I'm talking about Bad Mike Bad Brad back then. I hear his voice, so I peep around the corner. I'm like, oh, you into printing? What you working with? He didn't really say too much or nothing. Acknowledging that, hey, I know who you are, you know who I am. Not to say that's a person you'll remain for the rest of your life, but like I said, this is back when I was about 22 to 25-ish. I didn't have my shit together. Excuse my language. Lo and behold, to me, I start speaking to him and the person he's with. I'm like, yo, this is what I'm doing with my life. That was bygones. We had a little beef. It's over. Whatever. Whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, do y'all know this man went in my truck and stole my Browns gear, my phone trucker caps that I had, the $400 worth of blank hoodies, the whole nine. So I was upset at first, but then I was like, well, some people just need it. Maybe he ain't doing as well as he put on. But it was just odd, shocking, and, I'm in a whole different point in my life to where, like, I couldn't even get mad, y'all. I just had to laugh because I'm like, dang, you're still in that need of a need, or you still need to take and steal and rob from folks. Now, I never did any of that. But let's just say, like I said, the past is a past. You learn. What's going on, James, Mom, PM St. Louis, Precious Pieces? How are y'all doing this evening? Or should I say this weekend? So I can hop into it now. As most of you guys know, I did come from the store on Route 62, and I have been there for a long time. I actually did a recorded video over this. I just haven't had the chance to put it out. And with things moving so fast, I feel like I owe you guys the behind the scenes, what actually happened. So on 62, my lease was up. I had been there, like I said, for 3.5 years, and it was time to go. Hell no, I'd be pissed off. Yeah, I am. But I had to smile to keep from crying. Plus, my family over at SUPACOLOR, they've already sent me out some more samples. But here's the odd thing, and I'm gonna get back to what I was talking about. I'm the only one that has that design. So when you go to sell this design, these foam trucker caps with my logo on it, except for the blank hoodies. The blank hoodies was a total, okay, he could do something with it. But the stuff that had my designs on it, someone's going to be like, you must have bought these directly from Mike. Because I'm known in my community, I'm known around town, so everybody knows that that's my logo, and it's no secret. You guys on the internet know that it's my logo. But it is what it is. What's going on, Third Days? Appreciate you. Yeah, we growing together, man. We're going up to the top. Ain't no stopping. But let me get back into what actually happened. So I moved from the store on Route 62. And during that time, you guys were getting a lot of videos from me in my living room, just experimenting, doing stuff for my wife, and, just trying to keep content relevant. And finally, I had spoke with my friend Jason over here at Vinyl Supply Unlimited, we've been friends since before I even started in the print industry. Like the very first day that I got into the print industry, he was screen printing at a whole nother spot. This is before Vinyl Supply Unlimited. Well, he reaches out to me. He was like, yo, Mike, where you at? What's going on? I was like, well, my lease is up over at the other store, and I'm looking for another spot. He was like, yo, I'm getting into the industrial side, direct to film printing. You want to come over and join up. So at the time, I'm like, yeah, that sounds something, that I could do. So that's where you guys see us unboxing and actually getting the truck from UPS and the big boy that's right there. Now, mind you, this has only been a month that this machine has been here, and it's been nothing but problematic. I'm not going to say the setup. The setup was fairly easy, and the instructions that Rich from Uninet actually put out, they were easy to follow, but they weren't thorough enough to tell you about the stuff that you're going to incur, once running the actual printer. So to double cross our T's and dot our I's, we made sure everything that we purchased for this machine was coming directly from DTF Pro. DTF Pro being where we bought the machine. Now, as of recently, you guys may have seen the 2 videos where we dropped and it was problematic, and that was due to customer service and, them not being able to reach out to us in a timely manner. Okay, you can't account for a problem that's getting ready to happen during the weekend, because if it happens during the weekend, there's really no one to reach out to. So at this point in time, before I go any further, Ruben Oreo, aka the T-shirt buddy, has been our saving grace with this machine right here, this MIDI V3 3300 or 3300. Anytime there's something wrong with it, the first person we're calling is T-shirt buddy. Now, some may ask, is T-shirt buddy getting paid from Uninet or from DTF Pro to be helping all of these people out with these machines? No, he's not. And is he just taking his valuable time, which may be 2 to 3 hours at a time, helping us with this machine? Yes, he is. Is he in any way being compensated for all the work that he has done with us and many others across the globe? Because there's probably a good 10 of us that got this machine, and we all have similar problems. No. So before I go any further with this, shout out to you, T-shirt buddy, and all the good things that you're doing, behind the scenes. Hopefully you can get compensated properly, like you're supposed to, because without you, we wouldn't be able to print. Oh, by the way, we did get some parts yesterday. However, the parts that they sent from the company were the wrong parts. So needless to say that we're still down. You can hear the agitator system going on. We had to get another agitator system. So every day that this machine has been running, it's cost us money. Mechanical money to keep the daggone machine running, and no profit has been made. Here comes the point where I'm dropping videos with Jason, because it just came out of nowhere. It didn't just come out of nowhere. After 2.5 weeks of frustration and not being able to print more than 30 feet in 4 days, it becomes very problematic. You got $1,000 order. You get that $1,000 order on a Sunday night. You tell them it's gonna take maybe a week. That week then came and gone. The machine still ain't running. There's another bigger problem at hand. So we've seen this problem right here where we're not able to fulfill orders over and over and over and over again to the point where it becomes defeating. You're not getting the help that you're supposed to from the customer service, or they just don't know how to fix the machine. And like I said, the only person that's been able to help us with this machine has been the T-shirt buddy. No shot, no shade, but I would say if you guys are going to push any machines, at least take the month or the year to actually troubleshoot that machine, learn that machine, and have your text and response learning with you right alongside you. This way, when problems do happen, we have someone to call. There's no one to call. Why is there no one to call? The print head is from Epson, and the machine is from overseas. So you take an American print head, right, and you throw it into a Japanese machine, right? And voila, you supposedly have the 3300. And I can't do nothing but look at it because I have orders. I have active orders right now that's due today, right now. And we cannot complete it. I can't help but to smile because you smile to keep from crying. So all the while, I've been contacted by the president of said company and some smaller representatives. Nothing's set, nothing said in concrete, no promises given to us. But at this current point in time, it's like you either want a new machine or you want your money back. So you can then invest that money into something that may work properly for you. And when I say properly, and maintenance is expected. You're not going to buy this big of a machine and not have no maintenance. And from day one, I told you guys, I'm really not into the maintenance. I'm really not into direct to film. But I have someone that's in person, that's in place, that's taking care of the machine, that's actually printing, and that's actually put the bulk of the money into the machine. So the caveat of me being here was to shoot content, to display how well this thing prints, because when it prints, y'all, it prints. The unfortunate thing about it is it has the capability to be that machine that they were advertising. But is it that machine that they're advertising? No, because after so many feet, the white drops out. Once the white drop out, this opens up another door of issues. And then you're playing, what is it? Because the techs definitely don't know. And if you tell them all you do is put white paint into the system, they're going to be like, well, was it our brand? And once we say, yeah, it was your brand, then they start going and picking out different things that they think inside their head may be wrong with it, all while not touching the machine at all. You heard me right. They're not actually touching the machine at all. They're going off the videos that we're sending them and the videos that we're putting out. So, with all this being said, the videos that you are seeing and that you will be seeing from me that's dropping over the direct to film is actual problems from a purchased machine. Now, I'm not sponsored by any company for this machine back here, nor is any company giving me a paycheck to speak about the equipment. What we are recording is the day-to-day troubles that we are going through. And I want to give you guys some context as to why these videos are coming out of nowhere. Well, there's a reason and there's a purpose for these videos dropping. And I hope that what we're dropping may help you guys out there. I've already had several people ask me, where can I buy that machine? Your prints look really good. Do you suggest that machine? At this point in time, I'm going to say, before you purchase any machine, make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you invest that time, because once you get it in-house, the money's already spent. And do they have to give you your money back? Well, it just happens to fall on if you sign something that says sale is final. And putting it on blast, I would love to work with the company to work through the problem. That would be the best way possible to resolve this situation. It's to actually show the problems, show how we dealt with the problems, all while troubleshooting, and show us working with the company that actually produced the machine. With that being said, you guys know now why I've been dropping the videos with Jason, and it's been important. I feel like I owe it to you guys, especially that's watching me on my journey and that follow me on my word. And whenever I purchase something, I like to stand on what it is I purchase. And if it's a great product, I'm going to tell you it's a great product. And if it's a shit product, I'm going to say, yo, you better beware of that product. It may not get you where you want to go. Um, and that's been the whole basis of me even being on camera thus far. Even when we do the Squad Creative Podcast, I am coming from a very genuine place. I'm not coming from a place of malice. I'm not coming from a place of hate. And neither is Jason. Jason is not that type of guy. But you got to think, after spending 15,000, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000, I think the total today was like $21,000 into a machine that should have just worked from the gate with regular maintenance, and the humidity is fine. The environment is where it should be. You should be able to return on investment. And there's not been a decent ROI. Every time you think you made a little bit of money, something's going out. That's a problem, y'all. This machine has been at the shop for probably, I've been saying a month. But in all actuality, it's almost 2 months because we didn't put it up until after the 4th of July. Got it at the end of June, did not assemble it to after the 4th of July because of the holiday weekend. Everybody wants to spend time with their family during the weekend. So, of course, we're not putting together a machine. You know what I'm saying? But that day after, when we set everything up and we finally ran that ink, that's what actually can void your warranty, is running the ink throughout the system. They tell you, don't wait. Don't put the ink in the system until you talk to one of our service reps. Well, good luck with that. Because if you get on the phone with a service rep, they're not going to tell you to put the ink in the system. They barely know how to operate the system. And that's the whole issue. I'm going to take the time to read some comments because I've just been running my mouth. PM St. Louis, hey y'all. Customs Journey, of course, yes, definitely. Mad in the mug. G6 Customs, what is going on? I appreciate you guys always. Tom and Linda over there. Can't wait to get you on the show. And I'm always going to support everybody in this section that's watching each other. Make sure y'all support each other. Educated Natural, hello, how are you doing this evening? We'll be looking at the new Mamaki DTF printer in Long Beach in 2 weeks. So that brings up another topic. I have been looking at another machine, and it is a Mamaki machine, to be honest with you. It's a 24-inch printer. The problem is that's like another $25,000. Remember, you got to justify the ROI over here. This thing was like $15,000 to $18,000, and it's been a money pit ever since. So you take another big chunk of money and you go buy another machine. Now, we've heard nothing but great things from Mamaki, unlike this one over here, where a lot of folks have not been talking about it. A lot of people wanted the machine, but a lot have not been talking about it. Mom says, pray for those who are spiteful. Use the Lord will give you back the years the locust has eaten because your heart is in the right place. May God bless the person who has sticky fingers. Yes, and as to that situation, Mom, I'm with you all the way. I figured, I'm 42. Well, I'm not 42 yet, but I'll be 42 in October. He easily has to be in his 40s. I didn't have a rough life growing up. I chose a rough life after getting out of my parents' house. There's something very different in it. He had a rough life, and he didn't have a rough life where he had to have a rough life. He had a rough life by choosing, the same as me. Unfortunately, of staying in that predicament, staying down, staying doing the devious craziness, some people mindset don't go past that. And I clearly saw the other day when he walked into the store, his mindset was not past that. So that's why I'm like, I know this guy's whole family. You know what I'm saying? And thank God I'm not me from back then, because it could have been different. It would have been a different outcome. But with that being said, he's trapped. And whatever he did still for me, hopefully he makes some money. Hopefully it helps him and his family out. because I actually know him. He has 5 kids. He just got out of prison, and he's still doing the same stuff from 20 years ago. Anybody that's still doing the same stuff from 20 years ago, either to me have a mental problem, don't want to grow, or are very comfortable in the position that they are in life. It's not me. To each their own, different strokes for different folks. Apparently, he just chose to stay stuck. Sonia, how are you doing? Appreciate you. Thumbs up the video, y'all. Hey, y'all, I greatly appreciate that. Any thumbs up or comments, it shows YouTube algorithm that we rocking with each other. G6, Mamaki is a 30-inch. Okay, so it's a 30-inch. I still don't know my legal terms yet. I thought I was learning something until we started going through some unfortunate problems. But definitely the Mamaki is what we have been looking at. And now the issue is, well, we have to take off the door frame and actually get it into the building because we have a regular set door. I don't know if you guys have seen a walkthrough here. I've done several walkthroughs through Vinyl Supply Unlimited, all the way into my office. I'm biased. How are you doing? The Queen is in the building. We greatly appreciate you. If you guys did not watch that interview that we just had, this past week, make sure you guys go tap in. We've been trying to flood the marketplace with Squad Creative Podcast. You know, we're the voice for the crafting / printing industry / anybody that's creative. And we want to talk to anyone and everyone. But third day, we are the same. Oh, yeah. Hey. You know, I make 40 look good. I look like a spring chicken, don't I? You do too, buddy. It's about 20K complete with the shaker and dryer. Okay. So all right, so I was right. I don't know where I got 22. I think we got quoted at 23,000 for everything that we needed. And a lot of this stuff too. When you are getting into these industrial printers, let me let you guys know something else. It's not just the industrial printer that you have to worry about. I have a flyer or net or something in here. You got to have dedicated lines. Okay, so that's just one of the dedicated cords. I don't know if I can point to. You see that gray wire coming down? It costs $100. There's 3 more of those along the wall because they have to build them into the breaker box. You have to have a dedicated outlet for this stuff. So if you're in a building to where you're paying rent, just know that you have to get permission from your landlord. You may have to do some things externally to the building, and it's going to cost you. All of this stuff costs money. Our ventilation guy has yet to come in because we hadn't had our DTF print running long enough. And now we're thinking, like, are we going to move it to a different side? Is it going to be in the back? Like, what are we going to do? The whole goal is to get this machine up and running. However, if it doesn't, we are trying to get it up out of here so we can have 2 other machines in here running. I haven't even had a chance to announce that I will be doing direct-to-film prints. I can't even announce it because the machine won't stay running long enough. And every time we make a small announcement, we get a nice, big, chunky, beefy order. Halfway through that order, we're forced to stop. So right now we've been doing emergency prints through another printer in a whole nother city, and they have been a saving grace. I'm not at liberty to say their name because they don't want the exposure. They're already to the ground. They were actually going to come through us to get some of their bigger orders done because we have an industrial size printer. Their printers is a bunch of L1800s. I want to say 5 or 6 of them. So you could just about imagine that if you're in the direct-to-film world and you guys really know what it takes, that's a lot going on. Levi, what is going on with you? I greatly appreciate you. More like a winter chicken. I want to talk about third day. Should I would tell him I want the president of the company himself to deliver and install a new one? Well, James, in the words of James, I didn't say that, but we did have a little conversation. And we're just going to see. Right now, I'm going to leave that on pause. I can't say yay or nay. And this is by no means a bash to Uninet or TTF Pro. It's just when it comes to someone purchasing a money, something like, more than $2,000 or $3,000, you expecting for that ROI. You're kind of depending on that ROI. You got bills you still got to pay. You got things that still that's occurring. Yeah, this is a wholesale store, and there's all other sorts of things to sell in here. But what's really the bread and butter right now is the DTF prints because they're supposed to be getting shipped out left and right. And I'm just saying, right now we're gonna give them a little bit of time, see what they do. But I wanted to give some context as to why I went from the basement to start talking about here. Then all of a sudden you see two videos pop out speaking on, you know, the issues. Which I don't feel like they're bashing videos. And if anything, this should be able to help the company. And like I said, we would love for more than nothing for them to come together and we work throughout this problem all on camera and you know it be where it's supposed to be at. But a $20,000 paperweight that's not an option. Definitely not an option. So on to some other things. If you guys don't know about the Rocker Stock event, I am having a pop-up shop at the Civic Center this week, this coming Saturday. You can grab your tickets at rockerstock.com, or if you go on any of my social medias, you'll see where I have tag capture codes. This is a chance for you to get a rare pair of sneakers, or maybe you're running the mill sneakers, and they're at an affordable price. So a lot of times when people get these shoes, these hype beasts, I'm not a hype beast, but I'm going to take off this shoe just to show you guys because I keep up with the shoes. All right. If you're trying to get some rare pairs, something like this where it would normally be like, I don't know, $400 or $500, you can get them right now this weekend, which is tax-free weekend, in Stark County at the Kenton Civic Center. If you're not in Ohio area, go ahead and visit us at Rocker Stock on Instagram, and we are very responsive. We can email you. We will send pictures. All shoes have been authenticated. These are not knockoffs. Trust me. You know, if I can get in there, all the way in there, they're not knockoffs. But yeah, we'll definitely be in the building. I will be there recording. I actually went to the mall today, so another video will be dropping. And I got to see Bernie Kosar. Bernie Kosar been doing that juice diet, y'all. He look a little bit different, but I did get him on camera, and I did get my friend John Hooray stall over at the Belden Village Mall. That video should be dropping tonight at some point in time. Let's go back to the comments. I'm driving and Alyssa's driving and listening. Appreciate you, precious pieces. She's been day one supporter. I can't say it. Actually, you guys, you all have been supporters, and you see me move and navigate through this print industry, go to these shows, rub shoulders with some of the bigger influencers, and I must say it's a blessing. I never thought that I would make it this far, but honestly, I would not have made it this far without you guys. Custom journey shit, $20,000 paperweight. That's a lawsuit. My thoughts exactly. Oh yeah, I failed to mention, but a lawyer has been contacted about this certain issue. But like I said, this is not where we should have to get into any legal situation. But if we have to, we will. There's one that's already been notified and knows the ins and outs and know every single dollar that's been spent on this machine, even the time that the machine has actually been in our hands and in our control. So I would hate to go that route. I would rather just fix it and resolve it with the company and show, look, they were responsive. This is what happened. Yes, we ran into a whole bunch of stuff because I'm not trying to terminate a relationship with a company that I just started working with, if that makes sense. Funny thing, this is G6 Customs Designs. Funny thing, I have met the USA Mamaki Presidente. Okay, Presidente. 2 years in a row at Long Beach. That's awesome. These people are just like us. No one's too special. No one's too bigger. Now, you do have some funny acting people, and I'm not going to say their names because I ran into a few of these funny acting people. But for the most part, the person that you seeing right now that's talking to you on this internet, this interweb, this window right here is the same person you're going to meet in public. Now, a lot of people be like, Mike is shy. He don't really say nothing in person. It's not that. It's just a lot of times I be soaking it in. I'm taking it in. You know, you get in a room with all of these great people and you start, I ask questions. You guys know this every week. So in my brain, it starts like a trivial pursuit in my head, like, oh yeah, and I want to, and then maybe. So at that time, it might not be as responsible, I might not be as outgoing, I might not be as bubbly as I am sitting here talking to you guys. One thing I did get from my brother Seek, he was like, and I'm gonna just take off my little, okay, you ain't gonna see too much more than that. Hold on now. Let me cover that back up. He was like, we need the mic that's on these lives, not like the what do you call it? The professional mic, the interviewer mic. We don't want the interviewer mic. We want real mic. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna start giving a real mic all the time, I guess. Apparently, I haven't been giving all of me, so I'm gonna start giving all of me to y'all. G6 Customs, that's my new goal every time we go to Long Beach for real. So, like I was saying, the presidents of these companies, even some bigger influencers, all these people are regular people. Everybody do the same thing you do at home every night. We got to go to sleep. We got to eat. We got to go to the bathroom. It's the same. Ain't nobody better, bigger, special. No, none of that. So, although certain people get to talk to certain people and certain people get invited into certain rooms, that doesn't mean nobody's no more special than the next person. I want y'all guys to always remember that. The same mic that you've seen back then is the same mic that's right now that's in front of you. No matter who I talk to, who I meet with, who I work with, I'm always going to remain the same. That just has to transcend past this camera. And like I said to those earlier, a lot of times people are like, Mike, you are shy. You don't really say nothing in person. Don't be that. How you not know that you was my star? How you not know that, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't starstruck? That part. Marissa, how are you doing this evening, this Saturday? I hope all is well and going in your favor. The real reason for me hopping on here today, though, for y'all, was to actually give you an update, because I know you've seen me in one setting, then you see me in another setting, then you see me traveling, and now you see me in a whole different setting doing a whole different thing. I still do everything that I've done before. It's just amplifying this on a different level. And as of right now, I'm getting ready for the shoe show. So I'm doing a lot of content over shoes. If you guys don't know, I have a passion for art. Not just art on a shirt, not just art on a wall, not just art in a carpet. All walks of life of art. I love art. I love to see an artist in this element taking it to the next level. I really enjoy that. I like to see a blank surface turn into a wonderful creation. Whether it's a shoe, a hat, a shirt, a painting, a wall design, kitchen work, it does not matter. I am infatuated with art. That's why I gravitate so tough towards the print industry. I'm going to read a few more comments. Barb, how are you doing this evening? October now. I got you locked in October, my birthday month. Libra gang in the building. And Barb is going to be there to bless us with a great episode. G6 Custom, so true. We have met some heavy hitters at the show. And once you get to know them, they're just average people in a different capacity. That part. G6 Customs, you worded it very well. A lot of times, too, I can say this. If you do run across somebody that's normally talkative, but you see them in person and they're like, they didn't have nothing to say, they're taking it in. And I've been told that you say so much on the internet, but you hardly say anything in person. It don't be that I don't want to say nothing. I got all the things to say to you. Just at this moment, I'm soaking it in. So when you guys see me at the Impressions Expo and I'm just looking and I'm observing, just take it at that. He's looking and observing. It's not that I'm shy, because I run up to everybody. I actually became a baby bully with the aggressive asking people to get on to Squad Creative Podcast, because I knew no other way. It's like, if you can be quiet and no one recognizes you, and then you see all of these people that you've been wanting to talk to, and this is your one shot, like Eminem said, you better not lose yourself. You got to go for it. Quiet mouth don't get fed. You will not get that interview being quiet. And if the person don't recognize you, they're definitely going to walk past you. I'm quiet around others as well. That's the educated natural. Yeah, it has a way of doing it. Hold on, bias. Yeah, October. That's what Barb said. She said October. She said, Mike, right around your birthday. I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna bless you. Mom, you gonna call me little Danny. She called me my dad. I do sound and talk like my dad, and we are spitting images of each other. Like if I was to walk out and he was to sit here in this chair and start talking, y'all think y'all's talking to me all over. But it's actually it's me and my father. We have the same mannerism. But yeah. So any other questions you guys want to know? Because right now I'm leaving the floor open for you guys to ask questions. If you want to know more about what it is that I'm doing with this direct-to-film process, or if you want to know more about what it is that I'm doing with this rocker stock event, or if you just have a question for me, the floor is open to you guys. Now, I can tell you I'm getting ready to press up some silky socks for this event because it's something that's needed. Levi apparel screen print only. That's cool. I don't knock any person that just chooses to do a certain element. You just choose what's best for you. So long as you started in what it is that you wanted to do and you're actively working to get better, I salute you and I applaud you. Have you fully left the other spot? I'm playing catch up. Yeah, so the other day, and I gotta see, I do have content my last day there at that video, at that store. But me being me, I was a little bit of emotional and there was some tears, so I have not dropped that video yet. So I'm trying to figure out a different way to bring that footage to you guys. I actually got the spot with none of my stuff in it and me talking about my last days being there. You know, you be in a spot for so long, you learn and you love that environment. It's almost like you don't want to move to another spot. You don't want to rehash or restart it. But God does mysterious things and he works in mysterious ways. And I really thought about the move before I did it. It wasn't something that one day I was here, next day I was there. It took me a whole month and some days to actually move. Um, no, bro, read comment up. Okay, hold on. Levi's, I only got part of it. Let me go on up here and get it all. I see you. Let me see. Yep, October, little Danny. Octo, never. I don't see it, Levi. All I seen was the screen printer comment that you had put up. No one's in response to. Hold on. Hello, all. Okay. Y'all, I'm really trying to find this comment. See, I'm one of them. I'm one of the real ones, okay? I'm gonna go through these comments. I'm trying to look to see what I've missed. I thought I was on track. I may not have been. Are you in an area by yourself or sharing a space? Great question. Educated Natural just asked. I am sharing a space with Jason, the owner of Vinyl Supply Unlimited. So basically, what we have here, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag, is we have a fulfillment side, which is me. The printer is Jason. So he's printing all of this, and my daughter's actually working here. She's taking order for the shop. So whenever we run out of whatever color, whatever flavor, whatever puff it is, or whatever UV, DTV, DTF transfer, or sublimation blanks, or whatever it is, she's able to order that. So basically, what you have is a fully functioning print shop. When that thing is working, because that's part of it right there, the DTF. So we're supposed to be booming out transfers. I'm supposed to be fulfilling orders for those that do not have the equipment and still doing my one-off customs and working on a brand all at one time. So yeah, it's a big bag of happiness when everything works the way that it's supposed to. Educated Natural said, "Oh, that's expected, Mike. I greatly appreciate you. I've just been in that store for so long, and you know, the people at that store, they treated me like family, so I treated them like family, and it just like it's sad, you know. You can't help but to feel a certain way once you leave a certain environment, especially with people that you've actually grown with. I remember selling shirts out of my basement to selling shirts out of my trunk to proposition and selling myself to a store to selling myself to 5 other stores to finally be inside of a store. And when I say I sold myself, I was pulling up to these stores like, yo, I got this month. I got 50 shirts. They got all types of graphics on it. I'm selling them for 12. I'm selling them for 17. I'm selling for 18. $5 is yours. So long as I can sell it at your store. I remember that. Like, and a lot of people don't have that in their story. They don't have that where they actually hit the ground and was trying to get themselves into a better position. So ever since then, I felt it that I owed it to you guys to explain how I did that. And out of that born the tutorials, just me showing you guys whenever I go to these expos, whenever I'm invited to these expos, some of the things that I get. I just felt that I owed it to you guys to explain this and hopefully help when you guys get into that position in life to where you're able to do what it is that you want and start to see some coin from it. Educated natural, are you in the area? But okay, I already answered that. Custom designs, just use it. It will show how truly humble you are. That I will. That I will. Thank you for those words, G6 Custom. Levi Apparel, this is beautiful to see how far you've come. Keep up the blessings. Likewise, Levi, I see you over there. Listen, if you guys have not, please head on over to Levi's channel. He just built a whole shop from the ground up. Talking about doing some amazing things. Go over there and take a look at his journey. Subscribe to him. Check him out. He's definitely been a force to reckon with in a day one with the Squad Creators podcast as well. Bias LLC. I wish I could do that like men do. They will pull up, talk to the gas station to make deals. So first things first, Rachel, your personality is already winning, and we already looking at you like the queen that you are. So just like you hopped off that plane, step to them store owners. And more than likely, I would like to say start in your own neighborhood because that's where I did. Fortunately for me, I actually knew the people around my area, the fat kid that always go into the store, so they wanted to see me make something out of myself. So of course, by default, they naturally gravitated towards me when I brought them their shirts and when I asked them to put shirts out. But that's how it happened for me. For everyone, it happens differently. You just gotta get past that first step of should I or should I not, and know that you should by any means necessary. So I'll put it to you like this: in the same neighborhood that I was told no, it's the same neighborhood that I was told yes. Meaning every store owner did not accept the offer that I was bringing to them, and a lot of them didn't believe in me. Now with the shoe on the other foot, and they see because I have such an internet presence, they'll ask me, Mike, are you gonna bring some shirts over here? You said you want to sell shirts, and I eventually double back. But at this point in my life, I'm on to in-store sales, the store that I'm in, internet sales, and hopefully being able to continue to bring you guys these quality podcasts that we've already been doing. But Bias, don't be shy, because I'm telling you, I done seen it time and time again. A crackhead, no pun intended, will ask you for money right after watching you spend your last dollar. That means they don't care. They know you broke, but you still might have some pocket change that they can get up off of you. In other words, they're not taking no for an answer. They're going to continue to ask. They're going to continue to beg. We got to use that mentality to our advantage. Not in the way that they are doing it, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at. A lot of times, I was told no. I was laughed at. I was looked at crazy. There's no way you made these shirts, guy. You bought these shirts from somewhere else and you're bringing them here. And I made these shirts. This is all me. This is my artwork. That's a part of confidence in yourself. And Queen, you got that confidence. You got it. You definitely got it. Thanks for encouraging words. I just have to fight this fear. We all have certain things that hold us back, that set us back. DTF has been holding me back since I've been. Hey, Anthony Alexander, if you ever watch this, shout out to my brother Anthony Alexander. As far as 615, he said, Mike, there's a curve coming. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, you can hop on and get in this curve, or you can get left behind. Some years later, your boy got left behind. I was too afraid to hop in that curve. But had I hopped in that curve, you would have heard Mike and DTF all in the same sentence. But I was too scared to step out on the porch. And Anthony, I'm sorry I have put that out there because, people don't be liking their business out. But it was something that I felt in my life that I should have took full advantage of, and I did not. And as the time went, I seen all of these people, they blow up to certain levels from this. And I had a chance to actually ride that curve on out. There's a lot of ink companies out here. Before they were ink companies, I had the chance to join in partnership with. Fortunately, my heart was not being led that way, so I did not follow that path. For me, when it's a decision being made, it takes a lot of time for me to think about it. I don't just, all right, today I'm drinking Eternal. Do y'all know how long it took for me to start drinking Eternal water? It was not today that I started drinking Eternal water. I seen Eternal on the shelf. I kept walking past it like, yeah, one day. Weeks went by. I'm like, okay, Fiji better than Eternal. This alkaline H2 8.0, whatever, that's better than Eternal. Probably about the 4th, 5th week of me seeing this bottle everywhere now in Dollar Tree, the gas station. I'm all right, let me try this Eternal. Now what am I doing? Drinking Eternal. I'm just saying everything that I associate myself with, big or small companies, influencers, people that I talk to, the crowds that I follow. It takes me a while. I might be sideline, side viewing, looking from the corner of my eye, but I'm paying attention. And if it's meant to be, and if it's supposed to be what I'm supposed to be aligned with, then I'm aligned with it. Eventually. Sonia Siegler, Queen, God did not put in you the spirit of fear. That part. On Bias LLC, I remember when he said that on his interview. Anthony Alexander dropped gems that night. Yes, he did. And I got left behind as well. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And that was my approach too, Rachel. For me, I feel like, and especially now, because it's still the saying, it still holds true. I was told from the get, you cannot leave these machines running. You cannot leave these machines sit idle. You can't go on a trip without doing some sort of shutdown or whatever. And from that point, and solely from that point, I have been running. And now I choose to run directly towards it because it's the future. And I'm not saying direct to film is taking over anything, but just like every master has that great tool, it's another tool in this tool belt. And there's a time and there's a place for it. Will it replace all? No. No one print method is going to replace every print method unless you choose to just run with that print method solely for yourself. I am one of those guys that believe that there's a space for screen printing, there's a space for vinyl, there's a place for direct to film, there's this place for SUPACOLOR, there's a place for the puff vinyls, there's a place for the sewing, the embroidery, for the laser stitching, for any and everything that's been invented thus far. There is a spot for it. You'd be a fool to say this one is just better than all the rest and only mess with that one. And I'm going to tell you why, because there's going to come a time when there's going to be a customer that you're not going to be able to fulfill that order because you're avoiding not doing that process. Trust me, I've been there. Now, you can have places where you can drop ship. You can have companies that can do things for you for the stuff that you can't do. But ultimately, if you're trying to keep it in-house, you're trying to keep the majority of that money, you have to adopt to these other methods. You have to have these other methods in place. I'm not saying it has to be the biggest, the baddest machine, but you definitely have to have access to it on a regular basis. And for me, in this partnership that I'm in, I don't have to touch this machine at all. I'm not going to have to touch the next machine that comes in here at all. but I am going to touch the machine because I need to learn exactly how this operates in and out. I need to be self-sufficient. I don't need to have to worry or the need to, oh my gosh, I have to have Jason in here to print. I got 1,000 shirts due in 2 days and he's not coming back till next week. I don't have that. I have to be up with it. So as much as y'all have seen the videos that I'm putting out, there is a lot of stuff that I am learning, despite it being a lot of losses. A lot of losses. Sonia Siegler, um, that is the best water. Eternal, I know it's so. Hey, Eternal, holla at your boy. I'm putting him on. Well, Sonia's already on. We felt the same way last year. Just dropped about 22K on a new UV printer. Good gosh. Best sleep we've ever took so far. So, G6 Customs. I need this question answered. What is the daily maintenance on that? Is it the same as a direct-to-film printer? Are you doing an hour's worth of work before you actually get to printing? I have so many questions to ask you guys. I got to get you on the show ASAP. Embroidery is the best, Barb. I knew you was gonna say that, Barb. You got every embroidery machine. It's not fair. I'm infatuated, and I drool every time I see those machines. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need one of those. I got to have one of those, but I haven't really fully got into it, and I have people that do it for me. Bar, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to get kicked off the live. No, ain't nobody. Listen, y'all opinions is y'all opinions, and you're entitled to your opinions. Every method does have its place. As unbiased says that. Yes, it does. Mike knows I'm messing with. Yes, I do. We still got to get them chicken turtleneck sweaters together. I don't know. You remember that? We got to get them together. That's gonna be a hot commodity. I promise. That OnePlus Mamaki has built-in auto maintenance. Okay, so let me reread this from G6 Customs because they have the printer that we was looking at. And I said, if we can't get this thing to work properly, why on earth will we get one of them? All right, that's OnePlus Mamaki has a built-in auto maintenance. You can let them sit for 2 weeks. That's long enough for me to go to Zimbabwe and back. Okay, 2 weeks. And just run a quick clean 5 minutes and back in business. That's beautiful. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not a brand person per se, but Mamaki, they seem to be winning right now. They have to be winning. Bias LLC chicken turtleneck. Yes, we had a conversation a while back. Well, I probably forgot. We was going to invent these little turtlenecks for the chickens. You know what I'm saying? Like branded. You know, some of them chickens be mannish out there, so why not have a chicken with a beard? You know, like on the. Come on now, you got to envision. Creators create. Remember that. Laugh Out Loud winter is coming soon for the chickens. They will need fashionable sweaters for sure. See, that's the ticket. And I think it would be a hot commodity. You know how they got the dog tags and stuff all over the place, and you know different dog names or whatever, whatnot. And they got them on like strip malls and all of that stuff. I mean, come on, why not? I remember that conversation. Yes. So anything else, guys, before I hop off of here? And I really enjoy, chatting. I always have fun with my lives. So this is the mic that everybody wants. This is the mic that everyone's gonna get. Kasik said I have 2 different versions of myself. There's a tutorial mic where I'm really serious, like Brian Gumbo, and then there's a laid back mic that's on these lives. It's making a lot of people gravitate towards me, I guess. Me, I couldn't tell the difference. I'm just like, okay, these people need to know I'm serious. So you got to layer like this. You have to cut like this, And I love hopping on live with my family. I love, and it's just me. I like to hop on. So in the near future, I will display some other things that are happening. I'm trying to come up with a product, y'all, because a product is the way. If no one has ever told you, you have to have a product. Making customs is fine. It's great. Great way of living. You really want to make that real passive income. You really want to have something that's going to stand the test of time and outlast you as far as sales, and something you don't have to worry about. It's that income. It's that passive income that you do not have to worry about. And that only comes in the form of a product. So this is free game that I'm telling you guys. I've been mentored by a lot of these millionaires that's in this industry. And the one thing that keeps coming back to me as I ask these folks these questions is a product. Mike, you got to get yourself a product. They all have said it to me. So with that being said, I'm working on something that's a product. Something that fully represents me and what it is that I do in this community. The conversation put Christmas hat on chicken for turtlenecks. Okay, they're going on with the slam dunk. Barb, she said we need chicken hats for the turtleneck sweaters. Oh my gosh. You know what? I bet you this be the thing that make $1 billion. Some guy in Ohio linked up with someone named Barb. They invented chicken turtleneck sweaters with a hat to match. Now, wouldn't that make the news, Barb? We'd be rich. Boy. Oh, boy. And school came back so quick. I don't know about y'all, but gosh. I blinked, it was hot. Now I blinked again, it's almost cold. The sun going away early. Don't make no sense. But y'all have the rest of y'all weekend. Live it to the fullest. Every day that you wake up, you're blessed. Remember that. Every day that you get to speak to somebody, you get to tell them something about how your day is going, even if it's a bad day, you blessed. Because somebody did not wake up today. Somebody did not get to laugh today. Somebody did not get to experience the things that we are experiencing, whether it's good or bad. I'm going to start doing more motivational quotes, and the tutorials, they'll be back on their way. Right now, we're just pushing the squad wave pretty hard. I don't think I'll ever leave tutorials. There will be I have a whole series over this Uninet thing, or this DTF Pro thing right here, this big paperweight right now, which printed one image today, y'all. One image. But more to come soon, for sure. For the last comment, Barb, yes, chicken caps like the bomber hats. Flaps on their fur. The Russian hats. Oh my gosh. Y'all have a blessed, safe weekend. I appreciate y'all. Peace. To the next one.